Hello and welcome to Relearning. In this video, you will be learning the topic Know Your Planet. In this topic, we will be covering the content Earth, shape of Earth, what is a globe, maps and reading maps. Let's start with the first one, that is Earth. Our Earth is a unique planet in our solar system that has air and water. Our Earth has land masses and water bodies. The large land masses are called as continents, while the large water bodies are called as oceans. There are 7 continents and 5 water bodies present on Earth's surface. The 7 continents are North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia and Antarctica. The 5 water bodies are Arctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and Antarctic Ocean. Let's move on to the next part. Shape of Earth. In ancient time, people believed that Earth was flat and had steep edges. Later on, Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer who sailed around the world and proved that Earth is round. Pictures taken from space have also proved that Earth is like a sphere. It is round but is slightly flattened at the top and at the bottom. Next part, what is a globe? To study the Earth, we need its model. A globe is a simple and accurate model of the Earth. It shows the distribution of land and water on the surface of the Earth. We can also see the correct shape, size and location of the continents and ocean on a globe. But we cannot always use a globe to study the Earth. This is because a large globe is difficult to carry around. If a globe is small, all the details of the place cannot be shown on it. We cannot make a globe for a part of Earth like your school campus or neighborhood. Only one half of the Earth can be seen at a time on a globe. Maps. A map is a representation of Earth's surface or a part of it on a flat surface. The word map comes from the Latin word mappo, which means napkin. Gerardus Mercator, a Flemish mapmaker, was the first to publish collection of map in form of book. A book of maps is called an atlas. We can draw maps on flat surface to show continents, countries, cities and even a neighborhood. You can draw a map of your school and show all the details on it. In this way, a map is better than a globe. However, the Earth is spherical in shape and its surface is curved. A curved surface cannot be shown correctly on a flat surface such as paper. Try to cover a ball with a sheet of paper without creasing it. You will not be able to do it. So, it is not possible to make an accurate map of a curved surface. However, small areas can be represented fairly accurate on the map. This makes map useful tool to study the Earth. Next is types of map. There are different types of map. Physical maps show the physical feature of a place such as mountains, plateaus, plains and rivers. Countries, states and their capitals are shown on the political map. General information about the climate and rainfall of the region is shown in climatic maps. Besides these, there are maps that tell us about the industries, population, transport, minerals, crops, soil, natural resources, forest and wildlife of a region. Now, maps give us lot of information about a country or a place. But we must know how to read the map and understand the information it provides. Every map has some basic feature. They are as follows. The first is directions. All maps follow a system of directions. The 4 major directions are north, south, east and west. The top of the map is north, the bottom of the map is south, east is to the right and west is to the left. The directions on the map can also be shown by an arrow marked N, which points towards the north direction. The other directions are then easy to find out. Northeast lies between the north and east, northwest is between the north and west, southeast is between south and east, while southwest lies between the south and west. Next part is scale. It is not possible to show the actual size of the Earth on the map because it is too large. Let us suppose that the ground distance between Delhi and Agra is 200 kilometers. It is not possible to show these cities at 200 kilometers from each other on a map. Therefore, this distance is represented by a smaller unit, say 5 cm on a map. The ratio between the distance on the ground and distance on the map is known as the scale of the map. In this case, we would write it as 5 cm is to 200 km. Maps are always drawn to scale. Always remember, maps are always drawn to the scale. Next is symbol. There is not enough space on the map to show mountains, rivers, lake, bridges, dams, temples, churches and railway tracks. However, a map without all this information would not be useful. Different symbols are therefore used on a map to give us this information. For example, the land boundary of a country is shown by thick dashes and dots in black. City is marked by small circle, and in this picture you can see that the mountains are marked by a triangle. Next is colors. We use different colors to show various things on a map. Generally, maps follow a common color scheme. For example, on a physical map, water bodies are shown in shades of blue. Light blue is used for shallow waters and darker shades of blue for deep waters. Plains or lowlands are shown in shades of green. Highlands are shown in the shades of brown. A key is given on the map to help us understand the color scheme and the symbols used. You can look at the map. Its key shows the height of the land above sea level or depth of water below the sea level. It also shows what color represents on the map. Now, let's quickly recap the topic. A globe is a model of Earth. It shows the continent and oceans. A map represents the Earth on the flat surface. There are different types of maps like political, physical, climatic, and so on. North, south, east, and west are the 4 major directions. The scale of a map is the ratio between the map distance and the actual distance between two places. Symbols and colors are used to represent different features on a map. That's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you.